My bad. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2. Can you hear me? Hey, hey. What's up, Doji? I want to make sure that we all good here. Before I begin, right now we got 3 viewers, so let's just see if we can get a couple more people in here, and then we'll kind of go to work. My plan is to do this for about 30 minutes, all right? When I go live, essentially it's like, okay, I got time. So that's why right now nothing's scheduled, because life is busy. People got things to do, right? So we got 4 people in the chat. We're just gonna get, I want to keep this on the screen here. music is louder than you. Okay, thank you. How's that? Is that better, Doji? The music better? Or should I turn it down a little bit more? Awesome, thank you. See, I finally figured out how to get background music on here, so now I can now I know where the levels are thanks to your help, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Man, my throat. All right, who we got? We got 6 people. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Stocks for Real. S4R means sacrifice for riches. I had to switch it up and change that because, you know, it's not about me anymore. It's about all of us, right? Like, this channel started off with as like an intention of me journaling my thoughts, my mindset, my woes in the stock market, and then it kind of just transformed into more of a community. So I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me thus far, but that's why this is sacrifice for riches, because it just makes sense. And what we do, we sacrifice our time, our energy, our money, you know, we sacrifice a lot. We pay tuition a lot in order to achieve the ultimate dream, and that's financial freedom, or just to have a steady source of income that's outside of the 9-to-5 grind, right? So that's what we're all here to do. Some people want the Lambos and mansions and stuff like that. I'm just trying to take my kids to Disney, you know. So, and we did that this year, so you know, that's what it's all about. And if you guys are about the same thing, then you're at the right place. Okay, so nothing but love here coming from me to you. And yeah, we're gonna dive into some trades. I'm sorry, the charts. We're gonna talk about some trades that we got into this week, and then I'll see if we have some time just to wrap it up and go over some Q&A. Maybe somebody wants me to take a peek at a chart. But yeah, that's the plan. So we got 9 people here right now. So before I get into it, if you all can just hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. It's very helpful. And then consider becoming a member. So YouTube partner program added this thing where you can put goals as far as like your super chats and all that stuff. Of course, I don't do it for that, but of course it's also helpful. But I put a goal there. If we hit it, we hit it. If we don't, we don't. But my plan is, if we achieve that goal, I'm going to give you the detailed plan of my position with SoFi going forward. Now, I'm obviously going to put out like an options trade play like I always do to the community, but there's a lot that goes on in my head that I don't necessarily share with everybody. One, because it's just a lot, and then two, you know, sometimes it's just hard to filter out like everything so it's just clean, concise, and it makes sense to everybody. So that requires brain power, right, and time and energy just to plan everything and to lay things out so they're clear. They're clear for you guys. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, then of course I will do that. I put a goal there. If we don't hit it, I might do it anyway, because you know, it's your boy. So it is what it is. The goal's there just because the goal's there. You gotta have a target. You need something to shoot at, right? So we're about to move to the charts, but beforehand, I want to thank the members that you see on the screen right now. Everybody on the screen that you see are YouTube member subscribers of the channel. They're supporting your boy, which in turn means that they're supporting the community. That allows me to do journal giveaways, and that allows me to invest more time into things so I can give to them, right, that are sacrificing that contribution for extra gain for me. So I feel like I'm obligated at this point to do a little bit more. So just best believe There's not a ton of member content out. That's because your boy is really thinking and processing. And if you guys have been with me since the beginning, then you know that there's been levels to this progression. I didn't start off with this clean template or whatever. So best believe I'm constantly in a state of growth and trying to make everything, including my processes, more efficient. And I just want to make sure that I'm able to deliver to my expectations to y'all, to the best of my abilities. So just be patient. I did add a some perks to the highest tier, just to bring more value there for anybody that's interested. That's the angler. So if you're interested, go for it. That being said, we're gonna move into the SPY, right? And then we're gonna talk about the plays that I put out on the SPY, right? So hopefully some of y'all came up. If you came up on the SPY plays that I called out, let me know in the chat. Put a 100 in the chat for me. Let me know if any of those levels that I gave or put out helped you in any way. So let me go to my chart view. Okay, I think this will work. No, I might be. Okay, so we're just gonna go right into it. I see 9 viewers, only see 1 person talking, but you know, hopefully y'all can hear me. Doji, because I know you're active, please let me know if you can hear me clear, if you can see me okay, all those things, because the last thing your boy wants to do is to get ahead of himself and just not be there for the community and just waste time. So I let me know. Clear, big dog. Hey, I appreciate it. You know, too often I come on here and I instantly start with technical difficulties, and y'all know every time I got a problem, but this is the first time your boy came on and there's no issues. So thank y'all for letting me know. What's up, Michi? What's up, Melvin? For Trip. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. All right, so thank you. So with first of all, I have to show you this. I have to show you this. This is what I put out, right? This is what I put out for an options trade play on the SPY, right? Now, I put this out, I believe, before I grabbed this dip. I know I called it out, this move. But then we had another move to the downside. We went all the way down to, I want to say 578, but that hit in the overnight hours. So if any of y'all hit this, let me know. But that was a huge move for us, right? And love your information, KGU. Hey, shout out to you, DJ. Thanks for tuning in, big dog. Appreciate it. So I'm looking at this chart. I'm going to go to the chart. I'm looking at this chart. And the one thing I noticed, I'm going to reset everything, is that all my levels hit almost to perfection. So 602, we found some consolidation, sideways action, and then we were looking for a break. Now, I went over this briefly during a members only live the other day, but now we're on a public view, so I'm going to go over it very briefly, okay? So essentially, I spotted this when we had an increase in selling value. Oh, shit, I'm sorry. My bad. I got to get used to the transitions. Okay, so my lines here, we consolidated in this area, but I was looking for some bearish signals to let us know that we were going to break here. And my thought process was we were going to break 602 and hit to 596 and likely bounce. But so what was my indication? So we had an increase in volume right here, right? First, it was the doji candles, right? So this was supply, identified supply. All right, so identify supply. We broke underneath it. We tried to spike in, but we were rejected. So like all of this was a signal that we were going to go down. So we breached this, right? And we just fell through. This level was supposed to be a little bit more consolidation, but it just didn't happen. And that's why your boy ended up running. Once we broke through, your boy ended up running what was it, a $210 contract to a $1,000 contract, something like that. But the levels hit, right? So we fell down. This is one of my key levels. Notice that we fell to, God dang it. Notice that we fell pretty much, it was close to my 580, but it's a little off. It hit a high volume node instead of 582.51. But then it retraced to reject at my 591.49. Now I'm off just a little bit, but we had that in a continuation, right? Now I know some of us got out on this leg up because you just wanted to protect your gains, and me included. I traded out of fear when I knew that this was really when I should have had more of a bullish sentiment once we crossed 596.71, which we have not yet. Okay, so this is all still bearish. Okay, now I understand that today that we ran and we broke some of these levels, but these solid lines, these are hard levels for me. These are like strong support resistances. As you can see right here, we had a good rejection at this point. So we need to clearly break above or below for this to validate a move up or down, okay? So a couple things are going on here. One, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, yep, this was an ascending line of support at one point. We broke through it. Then we retested and was rejected at this ascending line of previous support. Now is ascending line of resistance, which is pretty much in line with our 596.71 level. Anything under this, bearish sentiment. Anything above 596.71, bullish sentiment. So just think about that when you're hopping into your plays. If you see price action like this going into this halfway point, then not financial advice or suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, but I'm looking for either some confirmation above or just hopping into call options with a tight stop loss below this level, okay? But if we break 596.71, best believe we're probably going to retest new highs, and I'll tell you exactly where we're going, all right? But as of right now, we've seen some rejection. We've seen an increase in selling pressure, right? And then we fell back down to one of my key levels of 591.49. And right now, this does not look bullish, okay? As I zoom in, my trading view is set up to where my candles have various sizes. So they're either thicker or thinner, right? And the thicker a candle is, the more buyers and sellers that are in that candle, right? And the thinner, the less volume that's in that candle. And the same thing goes with my volume down here, okay? You can notice that some are thin, some are thick, right? So that's just how I can identify when we have a lot of price action, a lot of momentum going into a particular move, right? So this right here, the fact that we were big red and now we had lost momentum essentially, now not momentum, but volume, this can tell me that we're probably going to either trade sideways or come to retest at this level. Now, I know that this is in the after hours, pretty much. I'll go to a 5-minute chart just to see how close we are. Come on, you. So when did we cross back up? Yeah, so at market close, essentially we had the big green bar, but then it was eaten by this red bar. So, and followed in the after hours with really small amount of volume, okay? Which, of course, it's after hours, so it's not as much trading that's happening. But nonetheless, I'm not looking at the 5-minute chart. Now, of course, I think I told you guys that if you're looking at the play today, then you're looking at a day trade, or yesterday, something like that. You're looking at a day trade going into today, because we were going to have some chopping going on and some opportunities. So hopefully y'all took advantage. But as it sits, even though this is ultimately looking like what you would consider a bull flag, I'm still not convinced yet that we're bullish until we break 596.71. Okay, I see this temporary break of structure in the higher high and a potential higher low, but we will see 3 bars. All this is a good signal for a continuation towards the upside. But again, I am not bullish unless I see volume momentum break above 591.49. Might get into a short call to retest this level right here, or the high, and then just get out, and then wait to see how we react at 596.71. Okay. But yeah, ultimately everything played out, which we love to see it. Now, I will tell you the last part about the SPY, that I did hop into a short. I said I wasn't going to get into a position. This is a 100% gamble because of the recent momentum towards the upside, and then also just because like we had good news with the PCE, right? So consumer spending or the prices or whatnot. Consumer spending, right, is slowed, but it's still like a moderate pace. So it's very much so in line of like a soft landing based on that information. So, you know, it is what it is. The only other thing that's kind of negative right now is that the Fed's had the rate cuts. Not the rate cuts, I'm sorry. The government is talking about shutting down, which would be insane to do during the holidays, because you got TSA that can shut down. You got during the Christmas and holidays. So it's just not a good sign right there. So anyway, we'll see what happens come Monday morning. But I'm gonna pause for a little bit. All right, pause for a little bit, and then I gotta talk to you. If you're in this live stream, your boy don't do this all the time. Please hit the like and subscribe button. That's all I ask, right? If you want to become a member, great. If you want to do a super chat, great. I got 5 minutes left on that super chat goal. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But let me know you here, right? Hit the subscribe, hit the like, become a member if you want to. I will say that the minnow, dolphin, and orca levels, they get the same stuff, right? The main difference between the three is just your contribution and what you feel that you want to contribute towards the channel. So otherwise, it's all the same, okay? I gotta quench my throat. So before I continue talking, right? Because I want to go for like another 10 to 15 minutes on a couple things. But before I do that, how we doing in the chat? There's not a lot of activity in the chat, so I just want to make sure that I'm still good and I didn't accidentally mute the mic or something weird, you know what I mean? So let your boy know how we feeling. Good information. We tracking. Anybody in any plays that you want me to take a look at, let me know. Man, I can't get this out of my throat, bro. Still awake. I didn't put you to sleep yet. Sachi, hey, appreciate you. Shout out to you. Sachi, did you get your journal yet? Hopefully you got your journal. Man, I gave out so many journals. It actually, like, as I was like doing it, literally brought me joy. Like, I shit you not. I tell you, when I was able to hit that buy button and then it's being delivered to one of y'all addresses, like, I'm telling you, like, that genuinely made me feel good. Like, just to have the ability to do that. I hope I can do a lot more than that going forward. But but yeah, nonetheless, things like what Sachi does, you know, and just the members in general, you know, that's very supportive. So I appreciate that. I'm in a February call on SoFi. 2 contracts. Love to see it for Trep. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I don't know when you got in, but we're gonna talk about SoFi. We're gonna pivot there in like 1 minute. Okay. It says I only have a good connection instead of an excellent connection, so I just want to make sure that the internet or whatever keeps up with your boy. Do I have the? Yeah. Can you look at JetBlue? JetBlue. Trash. Like, I don't know. That's Spirit. I don't know. Like, I'll take a peek, man. But are they tanking or are they going up? Did they buy Spirit? Like, what's going on with JetBlue? Like, why are we interested in JetBlue? That's the question. Transition. All right. My chart is crazy busy. Typically, when I do these lives, I would start off with a a blank chart and then kind of do some levels, but this ain't that type of video right now. All right, but y'all can see how everything transpired. Boom, take profit. Boom, take profit. Boom, take profit on the way down, right? And then again, boom, boom, take profit. We didn't hit our max. That sucks, but whatever. We were ready. Now we're on the way up. I gave y'all both directions. Boom, boom, take profit. Max take profit, 602.76. So we got this. Stumbled across your stream and excited to listen, playing the wheel on SPY and selling puts on SoFi. Hey, shout out to you, Ricky. Hey, welcome to the channel. I appreciate the love. You even typing a comment is good. Hold on, I gotta fix my camera now. Hold up. All right, there we go. No, so I appreciate you. Make sure you rewind it back because I did go over a lot regarding the SPY, what I'm seeing, and how I'm likely playing it. But I also put that in the options trade video that I posted, I want to say yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. You think now is the time the Fed is going to slow down rate cuts in 20? Yeah, they already pretty much made that announcement. Essentially, it looks like we're headed towards a pause instead of a rate cut. All right, so I'm going to check JetBlue per my boy Doji's request. All right, I don't know the ticker symbol, but hopefully JetBlue. Yeah, here we go. And reset. So, okay. So well, I mean, this is pretty easy to analyze right now. I mean, you see a double bottom. We have our shelf right here, right? And essentially, we're trying to break this right here, right? And then find support. Right now, we have not done that. We've been rejected several times. But yeah, this is a day chart. So, Doji, you already know what time it is. I want you to do what we've been working on, okay? And do your box method and figure out where the zone is. But as of right now, that's what I see on temporarily. But also know that this is a pattern. This is a pattern right here. When you draw the whole thing out, this triangle, okay? I gave you a cheat sheet. Look it up. Let me know what that is in the comments, okay? And then tell me how you would play it. Just gave you some homework. Just gave you a pop quiz, Doji. We talked about it. All right, so Patrick O'Brien, you think, okay, we already answered that question. SoFi, we'll talk about SoFi before I get off, guaranteed. If you just tuned in, Patrick, just know that I did put out a target, a goal, if you can see it in the chat, to hit a certain amount of super chats. And then if I did, then I was going to go into like a deep dive on SoFi and exactly how I was going to play my $5,000 position. I'm still probably going to do something, but it probably won't be as in depth. But, you know, I mean, because it's your boy, I'm going to do it anyway. But I figured I had a goal, see if we can hit the target. But in this stream, I'll go over briefly what I'm looking at for SoFi. I did talk about it on Instagram and on the Discord a little bit, but let's see how we all looked at it. How many contracts do you usually buy per play? None of your business, GP. Like, I mean, it doesn't matter if I buy one contract or 20 contracts. You buy however many you want. I buy however many I want. I will tell you, I'm a very conservative trader. I don't go heavy like maybe some of you, but I'm not trading tens of thousands of dollars either. Like I have that, but at the same time, I'm not going to. It's just a risk thing for me and a level of comfort for myself as well. So most of my contracts, I was joking about knowing your business, but most of my contracts is probably going to be between 1 and 10. It just really depends on the contract and my convictions on the play. Okay. But ultimately, it also depends on how much the contracts are. All those things factor into my decision to do that. So hopefully that answers your question, and hopefully you didn't take me serious because I said none of your business. Hey, and you got a journal too. Hopefully you get it before Christmas. 19 likes. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks for the update, Lisa. 19 likes. I really appreciate y'all. So thank you so much. Okay. Hey, GP, real talk. When I answered the question that way, did you like, were you thrown back? Like what? You know what I mean? Like, or were you okay with it? Hey, Patrick, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. Um, Again, guys, like it's hard for me to brush past super chats because like it genuinely is not like mandatory for anybody to do that. And it's like genuinely appreciated. Like seriously, like all it is validation. Y'all being here, hitting a like and subscribe and doing super chats, all that is just validation for your boy, and I really just appreciate the love and support. Real talk. All right. I'm glad I didn't hurt your feelings, GP. Next time, I'll mean what I say. I'm just kidding. Hey, good evening, Boy Ken Jr. All right, so with SoFi, guys, like if y'all were paying attention to my videos, and you know sometimes I need to watch my own dang videos, but I called this level out at 1443, and that's why it's a hard white line for me. This is at the bottom of a zone, and I was supposed to be paying attention and hopping into calls heavy right here. Like this was supposed to be my heavy entry of calls, and I feel so bad that I missed it, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get another opportunity, but we will see. That's why we dollar cost average into positions. Right now we are at, you see this blue line? Hold up. This blue dash line right here, that's my halfway zone. Essentially anything above that line is bullish, anything below that line is bearish, but this line is a choppy area. So you got to be very careful of getting into something without confirming because you don't know the direction. Right now, SoFi is showing signs of a double top, which we all know a double top is a negative pattern, right? So we very well could come back down or at least retest the neckline. I think I called it, yeah, whatever. But yeah, the neckline down here. But we will see. Okay. As of right now, we're finding resistance at a low volume node, which doesn't shock me. Again, it all lines up. It all lines up. So let me just mark that properly. Low volume node resistance. Okay. And then I'm going to zoom in and then just see what it looks like. What does the price action look like? Yeah. Yeah, this is, we don't know yet. This is a lot of denying selling pressure right here. So it's going to have a hard time breaking back above 550s, guys. We'll see. We need news. We need positive news, essentially. But when the Fed said that they were going to be slowing rate cuts, likely, that doesn't help SoFi, like with the personal loan or the lending segment of their business. Even though they've grown past that and they're now making money with their tech platform and other avenues, it still doesn't help. Like now, if they said that they still planned on cutting rates, SoFi would have jumped right up to about $18, no problem. But now buyers and sellers were trying to figure out, where to take this. But it very well could trade within a small zone leading into earnings. We still have a lot of short sellers in SoFi, so I wouldn't be surprised if they start suppressing the stock based on fear and pumping FUD in the market. Just know. Yeah, Patrick, you're right. It is bad news for SoFi. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, bro? Shout out to Zimbabwe. Did I say that right? Hey, you're the latest subscriber of the channel, so hey, welcome to the channel. Give you a proper welcome. Everybody give a congratulations to Bawi in the chat for becoming the latest member of the community. So appreciate you for even being here, big dog. Thank you. All the love and support. All right. Got it. All right. So any questions? So essentially, I'm not in many SoFi positions. The only SoFi positions I have are two. It's like a few calls and they're runners from a previous entries, and they all expire January 17, which is also SoFi's earning day. So those are gonna get cut probably pretty soon, just so I can just lock in the profits, and then I'll be looking for my next entry. And I missed this one down here. But it is what it is. We know we got a lot of room to run though. Okay. So if SoFi breaks and stays above this level of 1550s, 1545, right, then we're headed to 1649 and retest that at the very least. Okay. I can't promise that we're still going to go to $18. Well, there's a lot of time between now and earnings out here in England. Hey, shout out to England. That's dope. That's dope. Thanks for sharing that, bro. I closed my January 17 call for SoFi on the last pop over. Hey, shout out to you. I closed most of my positions once we got over $17. When I know we were approaching that $18 mark that I called out, cut it. I locked in my profits because I was like, no way SoFi is hitting $20 right now on no new news. All right, so let's move on. We got 25 people watching. Hit the like, subscribe, and then, man, okay, I'm supposed to be done in 1 minute, right? I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Your boy can go stay on for another 10. Let me know in the chat if you want me on for another 10, and then I can address some more stocks. Or are we good where we're at? It's no matter to me. Your boy's just doing this in between his free time right now. So if you are good, please hit the like, subscribe button. Stay for 10. All right. Palantir, let's go. We got 10 minutes on the clock. We're going to go 6:15 Central Standard Time. Let's go. Let's get it. All right. If one person said it, I was staying because, it is what it is. PLTR. I'm so mad I missed on this stock. I hate pulling this up because I had the opportunity to buy at $6 and I was ready to, but God, this sucks. This was me right here. I was right in the zone. All right, so I'll give you the rundown on Palantir real quick. I'll tell you where I think it's going, and then I'm gonna move on. Okay. So, let me just do this. I don't want to do that. Is that music still playing in the background? All right, load me up, all right? My average is 23. Oh, man. God, bro. Hey, good. Shout out to you. $23. Hopefully you were able to load up on shares at that time as well. If you were not, then I totally understand. But nonetheless, man, I think we all can look back. I think we all can look at a stock or consider a stock that we had the opportunity to go in on or go in heavier on that we did not, right? And we just regret it, right? But one thing that we always learn is that there's always another play, right? So there will be another stock that's going to pop off. We just need to find it and do our due diligence. And I do have one to drop here. No music? Okay. Oh, I know why. Thank you. We need music because otherwise it just, ugh. I heard it's kind of lame. I heard it's kind of lame without music. And like when it gets quiet, it gets quiet. Come on now. Oh, let's go here. Where am I? One moment, y'all. Boom. We should be playing music right now. All right. Yeah, hey Ricky, like I'm not, some of my chart stuff I do here, but a lot of stuff like requires some coaching or teaching, and I give that to those that conduct one-on-ones with me. A few of them are in the chat here, but it just, it's extra time, and it's like my time. I value my time. I mean, and I think y'all should value yours as well. So that's just, it is what it is. I'm not gonna teach a whole class on how I chart or whatever on YouTube. I do go over certain things, but I don't go into a lot of detail. All right, but anyway, I think Palantir is likely headed to 87.81, but before it hits that, it's likely to hit 84. What's this? 84.15 before it started. Like, I think here's where you start seeing some consolidation or sideways chop before it hits this target, and then after this target, I see it going to about 94. Now, that's a pretty good deal for anybody that's taking a look at Palantir. Just still like on the run up. Okay. Yeah, so essentially around $91. It probably trades sideways again. Right, that's why I make this dotted line, because it's likely to kind of chop up right here. I'm not entirely sure, but I think, if you write these levels down, you pay attention, you let me know how close I get to these to being right. Screenshot it. All right. Hey, only 100 shares. That means that you have the ability to run covered calls, so you can write contracts, make money on the way down and up, and keep the shares in your pocket. That's a dope position to be in, Patrick. Real talk. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can look up covered calls. But I can also talk about it a little bit too if you don't know. But anyway, we still got some time. All right. So what we got? Hey, Ricky, if you're interested in like the chart analysis and stuff like that, please consider becoming a member of the channel, because that's when I go more in depth with what I'm looking at in my analysis. So I don't really do lives a lot, but that's where I do. Hope to be in position to sell calls and puts one day. Oh, Sachi, all it takes is 100 shares. Go buy Snap. Go buy Snapchat. When Snapchat pulls to about $9, go buy it. $8, $9. Not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. This is not financial advice. Don't go buy Snapchat because I said go buy Snapchat. Do your own due diligence. But it's a cheap stock. It has some big swings, and it's probably pretty easy to identify when the highs and lows are, right? So if you buy 100 shares of Snapchat, once it hits like thing $11 or $12, then you can likely write some calls and then ride that wave down to $10 or whatever, then sell your calls or buy back your contract, keep your shares, and then hold on to that premium, and then that's your income, if you do it good enough. Yeah, Lisa, you caught that? I'm not trying to get sued. My average is 9. Oh man, so annoyed. So all my shares that was, bro, Brooklyn, Boykin, I'm sorry. I've been there. I feel your pain. Not everybody in this chat probably feels your pain. Selling something before it's too late. Tesla, I just did this. I bought Tesla at 190 or something like that, and then it failed to like 170. I was like, I'm not trying to ride Tesla on the way down. The whole market was coming down, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cut my position, wait for re-entry, and then buy Tesla back. And then next thing you know, this thing just rockets, and I'm like, I'm not buying it now. And every opportunity I had to buy, now Tesla's at $500. I'm like, it is what it is. It is what it is. So shout out to you though for at least making a profit on that. Don't ever be upset the fact that you were able to collect some gains. All right. So what else? Give me another stock. I had Tesla at 140 and sold. Doji. I feel your pain, bro. But see, that's why, look, this is why charting is important, and this is why it's important to stick with your convictions and your charting, right? Because I guarantee you, everybody just pay attention real quick. I guarantee you that if you sold out of a position early, rather it's a call or a put or shares of a position, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, you probably sold that out of fear of either losing your gains or fear of losing more money, instead of paying attention to the charts and saying, my levels say that if it breaks this and it confirms that it should continue, I'm going to sit tight. I'm not going to touch it. A lot of us, I think, like when you're so close, especially if you've been into a position or a play for so long and you've just been waiting to like exit because you just been bleeding money, you all technical thoughts go out the window. Your charting goes out the window. And we need to make sure that as traders, we learn to reset. We need to reset and approach, every time we look at a chart, approach it as if we have zero invested. I mean, I think if we were able to do that, we'd win more times than we lose, or our wins would be greater than our losses. Let's say that, because we can have 50-50 win losses, but with a zero set mindset, right? Likely on the 50-50 battle, your gains would be greater towards the upside. So Tesla, God, all right, hold on. Really appreciate your great option calls on YouTube. What do you think of Sound? I will get into Sound. I think, oh man, I'm running out of time. I said I was going to give you another 10 minutes and I got 1 minute left. I'm going to finish up with a Tesla statement. I'll go into Sound. Hold on. Yeah, I think that is a merger with Frontier and Spirit. I thought it was JetBlue and Spirit, but you know, maybe all three of the crap airlines are just combining to make a big crappier airline. I don't know. I held 1,000 shares of SoFi at 730 average for 1.5 years. Would not get over $8 range. Kept falling after good earnings. SoFi exploded. Dang, Patrick. Man, I feel you. Like, but that's the thing. Like our convictions. As I'm going through this chart, let me speak to it. If you guys catch yourselves in this position again, where you held a company or a stock for so long and it went nowhere or it continued to bleed off, I need you to try to remember why you got into the company in the first place, right? Why was it of interest to you? What made you buy 1,000 shares of SoFi or Palantir or Lucid or Tesla or whatever, right? And then remember that, because if you don't, then you're gonna sell too early and you're gonna regret it. And I think rule of thumb is, if the fundamentals of a company doesn't change, then my position doesn't change. That's just what it is for me. And for SoFi, the fundamentals never change. So I bought on the low and I held on. So here we are. I wish I bought more. I always say that every time it runs up, I wish I bought more. All right, so with Tesla, where are we? Man, so we fell. Look at this. I drew this a minute ago. I drew this line before we actually hit the line, right? Like I drew this level beforehand, okay? Before it even ran up. So it fell below the level and retested. Once I seen this candle, an inverted hammer, I mean, they call it something else. I call it an inverted hammer at the top. Hey, shout out to you, Patrick. Hey, I'll explain whatever I can and we can get through it together. All right, so this was a bearish signal right here. And then the fact that we didn't retest this right here, then we knew we were coming down. And like puts were a possibility, but my eyes were on SPY, so that's what I did. Essentially, I want y'all to go ahead, look at this chart, okay? Check the levels, right? And then take a screenshot, because these levels will play out. At least I feel like they do. You can already see it hit my 426.83 to the digit, right? This was drawn before this happened. Rejected, okay? This was a previous level of, I think it was a previous demand zone. Then it becomes supply or resistance, whatever. It broke below and then came back to retest the old demand zone. And here we are trying to figure out where we're going to go. So we're caught within this range, which is for me a no buy zone, right? Unless I see the momentum and stuff like that's pushing through 426.83. But then that's our next leg, 428. Then this was an imbalance. And then this was a supply zone. So we very well could go all the way up here, retest a previous, excuse me, this is not supply. This is a low volume node. All right, a previous known low volume node, which is resistance. Okay, anyway, that's Tesla. But I had it down here as a buying opportunity to take calls. My thick white lines, that's what that means. My option to take calls. Man, missed it. Anyway, so we did Tesla. I answered some questions. I'm gonna do sound, and then I want y'all to hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. It looks like we lost a couple viewers. That's fine. Consider becoming a member and use that what do you call it? That button, that super chat. Use the super chat. No shame in my game. I'll ask. All right. Oh, sound. So you're looking at AI play, right? My God, it took off. I can't believe. Okay, I thought it was at $40. All right. So I'm too emotional to trade Tesla. It has craziest swings up and down during the same trading day. Take my money every time. I feel you. Hey, if I'm in calls or like options, yeah, I'm taking my money. I get pretty lucky with. I call it all luck. I mean, you can't. The only thing we can do is use the analysis that we have to come up with a like a theory of a stock moving in one direction or the other, right? So it's luck and it's also analysis, and that's the only thing you can base anything on. So I get kind of lucky, I guess, with Tesla when I do play it. Like if I was paying attention to Tesla where I just showed you, I would have played it and I would have been up, I don't know, 300%. Who knows? All right, so right now with sound, I mean this is gonna require a little bit. Where's my parallel? So clear uptrend. We had a false breakout and now we're retesting our ascending line of resistance, right? That's what I see going on right now with sound. Okay. Now, so pay attention to this because this could be a head and shoulders pattern forming. So essentially we rejected here, we broke through, we didn't hold, we fell back through this line, right? And now we're approaching it again. If we reject hard here on this ascending line of resistance, which is about 2243, right? 2250, let's just say it's a psychological level of resistance would be 2250. That's close enough, right? I'm gonna thicken that up. Thicken. And I'm gonna make it solid just so we can see it, okay? In a red line, just so we know that this is rejection time. All right, so for sound, this is the potential. Right now, we've been on a huge, like, it's just all green. It's all bullishness. So, of course, we already know with momentum, things have to slow down. It doesn't have to, but I think it's going to. And if there was any point for sound to slow down, it would be around 2250, okay? So what you're gonna look for, I don't know if you're in it as like a stock or if you're in it like we're looking for like a call or a put position, but either which way, if you're in calls, pay attention to price action around this level. Are we going to get an inverted hammer? Are we going to get a bearish engulfing? Make sure you're looking at a longer time frame to confirm your, your analysis, and then be ready to ride the way down. And if we do pull back, then we're likely going to head to retest this middle line, so about $20, right? And then two things can happen. Either one, SoundHound will respect the pattern of head and shoulders and fall all the way back down to this ascending line of support, which is around $17, $18. Or it'll have a false breakdown around $20, which is also a psychological level of support, and then wick up. If you see a big wick at $20 around this level, right? Let's just say $20. If you see a big wick at this $20 mark for sound, if you a wick up, then you're probably looking at some more upside. All right. So, but yeah, hopefully that helps. Again, like, subscribe, notification, all those things. Super chats are open even after the stream is over. So this is your boy Stocks for Real, Sacrifice for Riches. In about 1 minute, I'm getting off. So at this time, I'm just looking at the chat. But just know, if you're here, my stock analysis is done. So you can feel free to leave. I appreciate you for being here. Just hit the like and subscribe on your way out. Your boy's gonna stay here till 6:25 just to see, what the community's talking about. And I'll focus on y'all. Hey, much love, bro. Much love. Hey, thank you for being a subscriber and supporting the channel, man. Real talk. Thank you. Hey, nobody want to pay that $99 for the anglers. I get it though. I get it. But my time is valuable. I don't know. I don't care. People either pay it or don't pay it, and I won't lose sleep either which way. But the option and the value is there for those that are interested. That's all I can do. All I can do is provide. Thank you. Have a blessed evening. You as well, Boykin. Hopefully that helped you out in any way. So, all right, in about 1 minute, I'm skating out. But again, all the love, all the support. The link to the members is at the top, pinned to the top of this the thread of the chat. But yeah, it's the weekend. It's the weekend. Got some Christmas presents to wrap. Hey, all love. Hey, Tony J, thanks for tuning in, man. Like you're like an OG. Hey, you're an OG that's not a member though. What you doing? What you doing? Press the button, become a member. Of all people. As always, thank Asachi D all day. Thank you for sound chat. Hey, hopefully, let me know if any of the plays that I talked about today in this live ends up working for you. Like, let me know on IG, the DMs. Come back to this video, send a comment, whatever. I want to know, because that just makes me feel good. Like, honestly, it brings me joy to know that y'all are like, what I'm saying is actually like helping you in your process. Until next time, GP. Yep. All right. That is it, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for rocking with me. This is Stocks for Real. Enjoy your weekend. All right. Take care.